Hi everybody, this is Bobby with Bobby Stamps, and I'm going to show you a cute little gift card holder or money holder that I'm going to make using the Coffee Cafe bundle with the coffee cup framelits and the Coffee Break DSP. This is new in our new annual catalog, and what gave me this idea, I am leaving in almost a week for vacation. Yay, I'm so excited. But I started thinking, as you travel, you stop, we're driving, but you stop and you eat and you go in places and things like that. And I thought, what a cute way to leave like my business card in all these places that we're going to be stopping. It's just going to be a couple of states that we're going to drive through. But at least it's getting my business card out there. It's showing somebody what they can make. And maybe I'll get a customer from it. If not, it's just an extra little nice way to leave our tip on our table. That's basically what I was thinking when I designed this. So this is the little money holder. As you can see, it says thanks a latte. And then I've only put $1 in here just so you guys could see for demonstration purposes, because I wanted to make sure that, when I leave it, the person doesn't think, oh, she left that. I want them to see the money, so it easily is visible right there. So I just put $1 in there, and then I'm just going to slide my business card in there. And then on this little part, I just kind of did my hand stamped by Bobby Crouch, so that way they do kind of know that, hey, that lady made this, she made this herself. So I plan on making several of these, and we'll just leave them on the table with the waitress's tip. You never know who I'm gonna see in our condo after we leave. I'm gonna make a nice little gift bag. Not this, I'm gonna make something different, and I'll share that with you guys too if I have time before I leave. But for the people that are gonna come in and clean our condo after we leave, I'm going to leave them like a nice little care package, and I'm going to do the same thing. It's just a nice way, I think, of going a step further on leaving tips to let the people know that you appreciate what they're doing for you while you're there. So I'm going to use Early Espresso. This is my card base, and this is cut at 5 1/4 by 4. And then what I'm going to put on the inside for the little pull tab, this is also cut at 3 1/4 by 2 1/4. Not also, I guess it's cut that. The DSP is cut at 3 1/4 by 2 1/4. So these are what's cut the same. So we'll lay those there, and then you need a scrap piece of Whisper White to put the coffee cup and the coffee cup lid on that we're going to be stamping on. You're going to also need the Simply Scored board, so we have to score that a little bit. And then I'm also using the envelope punch board, because I'm just going to round the corners on the pull tab just to make it look a little bit nicer. Okay, and then I don't have Stampin' Up's 1-inch punch. I have I wish I could just show you guys right now on my wall. I have every punch but that one. So I had an old one. I'm not gonna show you the name, but I have one, so I will punch that off camera because I don't want to represent any other company. I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator, so that's who I want to support. So you'll also need your Big Shot. This is super quick, and it goes together really, really quickly. Once you do one, you'll be able to do several of these, and like I said, I'm gonna make quite a few of these. So in my version, I used the Pear Pizzazz satin ribbon and then the copper. So that's these two that I used in my original. And this one that I'm going to do with you guys, I'm going to try the burlap ribbon. I think I'm going to like it better and see how that goes. So when we first start out, you're going to take your card base, and we're going to score it at, you're going to lay it the long ways and score it at the 1/2 inch. Okay, so just go down like that. And then you're going to score it at 2 7/8. And then you're going to rotate it and score it again at the 1/2 inch. And I don't like to push too hard. I just go back. I go over mine a couple of passes, okay? Let me put this out of the way. Then where we scored it, I don't know if you guys can see this, but we're going to cut away that. So we're just going to take the snips, go up to that score line, and then we'll just cut this completely away. We're going to do the same thing on this score line. Just cut that completely away. And I'm just going to even that up a little bit because I missed a bit at the bottom. It looks like, there we go. Then, because we are going to be folding these up, these are going to be our tabs, I'm just going to miter the corners on all of these. It just makes the little gift box look nicer and an easier fold. Okay. Then we're going to take our bone folder and you're just going to score those score lines to give it a nice crease. Okay, like that. I dropped my bone folder, but I'll get it in a minute. Now this is where we're going to take the 1-inch punch, and on each one of these you're just going to center and punch it out, and then you're going to fold it over, and then we'll just line up and do the same thing. And I will be putting in an order for my 1-inch circle punch with Stampin' Up! So this doesn't happen to me again. Okay, let me grab my mat because I don't want to get glue on my table. And I'm going to use some Tombow. And you don't want to put, where this is going to go like this, we don't want to put glue up here. So just be very mindful of that when you're putting your glue on. I just kind of did a little thing like this. And I'm just going to go ahead and we'll just center this on the front. Kind of get it a little bit straighter if I can. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing with this piece. Just make sure we don't, try not to get up there where we're going to be punching. And then we're going to do the same thing. Let's get that nicely centered. I think I'm going to scoot. That's what I like about the Tombow. You have time to correct your mistakes. Okay, then we're going to go back in with our punch again, line it up, pop that out, and do the same thing over here. Pop that out. Okay, that looks really good. Now, I forgot to get my adhesive that we're going to use for this, so let me pause the video and I'll be right back. Okay, couldn't think of the name of it before, but it is tear and tape is what I was wanting to get. And Tombow glue, you could probably use that. That would probably work just fine to do this, but I just want to use the tear and tape. I know it's just so much stronger, and you know, I'm going to be traveling with these in my bag and stuff like that, so I just want to make sure that they hold up. Okay, so let's just turn that like that and find our end, and then I just put one piece like so, and then you can flip it over and then just cut the excess off. And we're going to do the same if I can get my snips in there. Just cut that excess off. And then we're going to do the same thing right here. We're just going to line it up on the outside edge. And then when you flip it over, just snip off your extra like that. Okay. And then I always just like to give it, you can use your bone folder or your fingernail. And then we'll just peel the adhesive off. We're going to get to stamping, I promise. Sometimes it's easier to use the scissors to get that started like that. Okay. Got a piece of that paper on my finger. And then I'm just going to fold the bottom piece up, fold the inside piece in, fold that piece over, and then just smooth it down with my finger. So we pretty much have that assembled so far. Let's move this out of the way, move that out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and grab my piece that we're going to stamp on, and then I'm just going to grab the stamp that is the coffee cup, and it says thanks. This piece is separate, so you just kind of center it where you want it. So we're just going to ink that up and then just stamp that straight down. And then we're going to grab the one that's the lid, and we'll just do the same thing. Just kind of come down a wee bit. Put that on there like that. And then while I have the ink open, I'm just going to go ahead and I just put a little heart there and then a little heart there just for decoration. You could do more. You don't even have to do that if you don't want to. Okay, and then we'll bring in the big shot. Put our coffee cup down. And just put the die, just line it up. And then the same thing with the lid. Just going to line that up. Move that out of our way. And put the dies back over there so I don't lose them. Okay, so then we have our two pieces. Now I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. If you like it, that's fine. But I don't want that much white showing on one side. I'm going to try to even it up like it is on that side. And we'll just snip that piece off there too, okay? Then I'm going to get my silicone mat again. And then we're just going to put a little bit of glue right along the edge there of the lid. And then just put that on there. Kind of hold down for a few seconds. I'm going to move that out of the way. Bring in our piece of Whisper White that we're going to put on the inside. And then I'm just going to use it on the envelope punch board to soften the edges around that paper. Like so. Put that back out of the way. Now I have a stamp, because I'm a demonstrator, that says hand stamped by Bobby Crouch. Get my mat again, and I'm just going to ink that up and then just kind of center this and stamp it right there. I think that's just an added little touch. You don't have to do that part if you don't want to. And then I'm also going to be using the stapler. I know it's no longer available, but I'm going to take a little piece of ribbon and just kind of measure it off like so. And I'm just going to cut that. And then you can either put it between the paper like that and then staple it. I found that's how I wanted to do it originally, but I found it was kind of hard to get the staple in there and get it to look nice. Maybe this one will work. Yeah, that looks good. The first one I did, it came out all crooked and I didn't like it. So then you can see that's gonna just pop right in there, and I have one of my business cards. I'm just not sure what I did with it now. But we will go ahead and take that out and grab the burlap. And then we're just going to measure this. This is how I did it in my original. Just make it a tad bit longer because we want to make sure we have enough. And then I'm going to use my mat again. Well, I had a baby wipe. I don't know what I did with it. I'll clean that up with that. And grab our snail. And then I'm just going to use my snail to adhere this around the holder. So then I'll just lay this. And we can just center it like that. Like that. And let's grab some dimensionals. And I put 2 at the top where the lid was. I don't know why, I just did. Okay. And then we'll just pop this right on there like that. And then put this back in here. And then you can see both. I think I do like the one with the burlap a little bit better. So there you guys go. Let me zoom in for you. Let you see them up close. So there they are. I will have all the dimensions and everything on my blog. Thanks you guys so much for stopping by today, and I hope you like these cute treats. Thanks. God bless.